Wow. A lot of mistakes in this Mrs. Doubtfire movie. Well, we've made a lot of mistakes in our past too. Number one, we should have never allowed free-ranging politicians ruining your life. Put these people in office, and who benefits? It's always their pocketbook. Not yours, not the country, theirs. Well, you cannot leave somebody unsupervised, and that's what we did. We subcontracted our lives to these politicians to watch over our rights. They didn't do that, did they? No. Since 1934, they've been producing firearm laws like they were going out of style, like they were candy. We got so many laws on the books now, nobody knows what's law. Well, there is no law when it comes to firearm laws. Let's get that straight. The Constitution and the enumerated powers, they're very few and they're defined. Firearms is not one of them enumerated rights that Congress has to use. They can't use it. Nor any of the other crap that they've tried to pull that they said is, oh, past constitutional muster, my ass. Everybody back in the day when they passed the Constitution, when they ratified it, everybody understood that the Second Amendment meant we had a God-given right to keep and bear arms, and it's to be free from any interference whatsoever from the federal government. That's what shall not be infringed means. Accordingly, the federal government is nowhere in the Constitution granted authority to abridge, restrict, or infringe in any fashion whatsoever guns or ammunition. Thus, all restrictive laws made by Congress, all regulations made by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms are unconstitutional as they're outside the scope of powers granted to the Congress and to the executive branch by our Constitution. Restriction of arms and ammunition is not one of the enumerated powers delegated to Congress or to the executive branch. They can't use the Commerce Clause, people. Use your head. You know, the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land, people. And any statute to be valid must be in agreement with it, because it's impossible for a law which violates the Constitution to be valid. All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Mulberry versus Madison. Where rights are secured by the Constitution, and you have rights involved, there can be no rule-making or legislation which would arbitrate them. No one's bound to obey an unconstitutional law, and no courts are bound to enforce it. If you look in the Constitution under your Bill of Rights, you'll find out the right to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. There's no subparagraphs after that, like an A, B, C, or D, that would stipulate what an acceptable infringement might be. So they are constitutionally barred from infringing upon your rights. Now, they just had a car accident out there in, I think in Nebraska. 2 people were killed, 19 injured. Are they banning cars and trucks now? No. Could have more common sense. We cannot have these idiots like Schumer, Pelosi, Feinstein, this kind of nitwits running around trying to take your firearms away from you. You cannot allow anyone to compromise the Constitution in the name of safety. It doesn't work that way. They're just trying to cover their behinds for all the school shootings that's happened. Some have been staged, people. They've used crisis actors. They used crisis actors at the Boston Marathon. Had that guy with his legs blown off. He had them blown off before. He was a crisis actor there. Sandy Hook was another crisis actor development. Now there's a whole lot going on in this country. We've got to stop these free-range politicians from doing what the hell they want. Every state should have a mandatory clause in there that anyone who violates the Constitution immediately is removed from office. No ifs, no ands, no buts. They're not going to police themselves. You've got to do it for them. They either follow the Constitution or get the hell out of Dodge. Can't leave those people unsupervised. We found that out. They're going to try and do whatever they can. Well, you know who's holding them back? Who's going to bring them to the court if you don't do it? Put a clause in every damn state in the Constitution where if the people want these people pulled out of there, it's in place. We can get these people out of office. I mean, you've seen how wacko they are. Sending all of our money overseas when it could have been done to prop up the school, make them more safe. They're not worried about your kids. They're worried about making headlines. No more mistakes, people. We can't afford it.